So today we're going to be teaching sit and down from the very foundation of sit and down with a little bit of an emphasis on small dogs, because I'm going to go over some reasons why small dogs might have difficulties with sitting down, but this still applies to your large breeds and medium breeds as well. So as you can tell here, Bandit's already in a sitting position. Why? Because this treat is above her head and it's more comfortable to be in a sit to see that treat. So how do I teach her sit rather than just say sit and give her a treat? Well, I'm going to lure her out using my okay. I'm going to take that same treat and I'm going to lift it up over her head. Okay? Yes. And reward. I'm using a yes marker now because presuming that she doesn't know sit, why would I say sit? Okay? Lure up over the head. Yes. Right when the bum hits the ground, and reward. Now, one thing about small dogs is often they'll jump up for the treat and you won't end up teaching sit, you'll end up teaching sit pretty or dance. So if this treat is up like this, she's gonna end up wanting to jump up for it, and that's not what we want to teach her. So instead, I recommend you start luring right by the nose. Yes. The closer you can keep it to the nose, the closer she's gonna stay to the ground and avoid that jumping. Now you're gonna do this several times until your dog doesn't hesitate. At which point, you'll be able to say, sit, yes, reward. Practice that about 5 to 10 minutes a day and your dog will be sitting in no time. Sit, yes, reward. Now, one tip for any dog is making sure that they're sitting or learning sit in a comfortable area. So I set down a little pad for her because if she was on a soft or on a hard surface, she might feel like she's slipping backwards, and this applies to down as well. So starting off on a surface that's comfortable for that bum to hit the ground might be a really good starting point before you can have your dog sit on hard surfaces. Sit, yes. Very good.
Back.
Now that your dog knows sit, you can teach them down. And this is really important because down happens from a sitting position. I'm doing a down on a place that she often exhibits the behavior down because it's a nice soft couch. She likes to lay in that down position. So I like to start with my dogs in areas that they're already going to be comfortable giving me a down. Like I said in the sit video, areas that are slippery or hard surfaces might make the dog get spooked as they go into a down and they'll pop back up. So in this case, she's already in a sitting position. If your dog's not already in a sitting position, you're gonna lure them into that sitting position. You're gonna take the treat, you're gonna put it right in front of their nose in a cupped hand. You don't want them getting the treat. You're gonna push it into the chest until those front paws start to bend, and you're gonna lure it out. No. Sitting position, in towards the chest, luring out. Yes. Right when the elbows hit the ground, I mark with yes. And just like in sit, if she doesn't know what down means, I'm not gonna say down from the beginning. I'm just gonna use that marker, yes, to tell her that's the behavior that got her the treat. Okay? Sitting position, luring into the chest, waiting until those elbows hit the ground, yes, and reward. Okay? Now, we're not gonna use the hand sign that's as exaggerated as pushing towards the nose, into the chest, and then out. That seems like a lot for a hand sign. So this is just the foundation so they get comfortable getting lured into a down. But now you're gonna start building that hand sign. So from that sitting position, I want you to point, lure into the chest, yes! Because ultimately your down hand sign is gonna be pointing down. Once your dog has practiced that several times and they don't hesitate, you can start saying down. Okay? Down. Yes. Very good. And this also saves my back if I'm working on an elevated surface so that you won't have to be bending all the way down for your dog. Sitting position. Down. Yes. Very good. Just like in sit, down, or any other cue, you are going to fade from using a lure every time because that lure can become bribe. So we want to get our dogs used to being lured into a down several times. Practicing makes fluency. Once they're really fluent with that treat in the hand, okay? You can use no treat in the hand, but still the hand sign, down, yes, and then reward. And that's how you teach down.